Welcome back to my channel, sports fans. Okay, let's get into this one right here. Well, folks, I guess we're gonna have to school the LeBron fans. You know, I had this guy, and he's a LeBron James. It sounds like he's a LeBron James apologist. He's not really a mean guy. He doesn't really call me any names or anything like that. I don't have none of those people really coming to my channel and calling me names and say a lot of hate stuff. Because I make sure I explain in detail whatever I say. I think this guy is named Braden W34. So I guess he might be 34 years old. I'm not sure. I know he wasn't born in the 30s, but it looks like Braden W34. And we're going to read what he said because, look, guys, he goes at Sports and Fitness Rants. I guess he was on his channel and he saw me on Sports and Fitness Rants comments. And let's read what he said, man, because we're not going to destroy this guy. He wasn't really disrespectful. But when you listen to some of these guys, and they make comments, do you guys comprehend or what? I mean, because let's talk about this real quick. Oh, yeah, I found you. Explain how you agree with your man, Sports and Fitness Rants, a.k.a. LeBron Fitness Rants. And he goes on to say, when LeBron fans attack players' families, they so wrong. Huh? But let's go back. Try to make sense of this. Explain how you agree with your man, Sports and Fitness Rants, aka LeBron Fitness Rants. I never heard this before. That's a good one. When LeBron fans attack players' families, they so wrong. So LeBron fans, let's try to slow it down. So LeBron fans, when they attack players' families, sorry, they're wrong. Who is this? Who do LeBron fans attack? Like I said, we try to be specific when we talk about what we're talking about. The guys I listen to, Too Raw, Sports and Fitness Rants, everybody, Uncut, Angry Old Hoops, we're like real specific and explain everything. So the LeBron fans talk about other players' families. Who is that? Who is that? Maybe are you talking about Michael Jordan's family? I don't know. I'm not for sure. You gotta explain yourself, bro. But when it's a different group of fans, what fans? Group of fans, Bill stands tall for his family and say his family come first. 1ST first. The number 1ST. I ain't making fun of this guy. We all used to write like this back in our 20s or our teens or something like this. So hopefully this guy is young. How and where that wrong? Hold on, maybe I didn't read it right. How and where is that wrong? How and where? You mean how and why? Okay, we're going to the hood slang. You dudes say bogus BS like LeBron. Okay, we'll get to that in a minute. But I think I'm not the one that brought up the Bill thing. I think Sports and Fitness Rants did. And I think I made a comment on his page. I'm not for sure. I think I did. No, I think I made a video on this too, but not really the same as, yeah, I think I did make a video on this. I think I made a video based on, how much he made. And it wasn't so-called on, the crowd getting on him. So let me say this again. This guy doesn't show up to the games. He misses all these games, just like all these other great players. And they're stealing fans' money, right? I call these fans idiot fans. I mean, Sports and Fitness Rants hasn't went that far, but I call these guys idiots because no way in this world would this be happening in the 80s, the 90s, maybe not in the early 2000s, but definitely back then in the 90s, the 80s, 70s, 60s. You guys are giving this money. We won't give a damn if you drag your leg up and down the court all damn game. Wouldn't care. Wouldn't give a damn. I went to work and performed a grueling task all day for about 4 months with a torn hamstring. did heavy manual work with a torn hamstring. Now, I hurt myself at work. Maybe I could have sued. But then if I go to another company, guess what? That's on my record forever. It wasn't even my fault that it happened. It was basically the company's fault because they put me in a certain position. I didn't have no wife. I didn't have no other money to coming in. So I could have went on, did that, could have sued them, got that little bit of money, that been on my record, and then wherever I went, they would not have want to hire me. Or I could have went on workman's comp and got money like that, not even half of what I was making. And that's something that, forget about working, everything you want to do, whether get up, sit down, move around, it just feels like you just want to cry. Sit on the toilet, stand up, put your clothes on, anything. You feel like you want to cry. So you're really not supposed to really do nothing when you have something like that. Guess what? I had to go to work, folks, and do manual labor just to pay my bills. These guys are supposed to be making 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, all this money, $100 million contracts. So you think anybody cares or feels sorry for these guys because they're so-called hurt? Show us you're hurt. Get on the damn court and show us you're in pain. If you're making record-breaking contracts, they can't show us. They can't show us. Second of all, if the fan is taunting these guys, which they need to be taunted. If they're not coming to work, they need to be called sissies, soft, weak, stealing money. I would say that to the GM. I would be taunting the fans. I would be taunting the refs. You're getting paid for what? You ain't calling travel. You ain't calling carry. But you will sit there and do a sissy review to see if somebody even try to play defense. So I don't know what really happened with the Bill situation. If he was getting heckled in front of his family, the hell with all of them, because they've been stealing. His wife should be telling him to go to work. His wife. You're stealing fans' money. Whether you're a little bit hurt or you just feel like, oh man, I want to rest. Rest for what? Bro, I bet you can barely even pay your bills. You're on the grind. And you're worried about this dude that's got hundreds of millions of dollars being heckled in front of his family? I'll take that if I was his wife. Keep heckling this dude. I'm rich. Please get out of here. Let's move on. These guys ain't showing up to games. It's an embarrassment, man. Dude, this is the standard you're going by? You would have to pull dudes off the court back in the day. The trainer would say, no, you can't keep playing. They say, no, I'm going to keep playing. These guys didn't even disclose injuries half the time back in the day. They didn't want nobody. They didn't even want the trainer to know. Nobody, I just got a little, bruise, a little, I'll play through it. Because they didn't want to let their teammates down. Right? So you would basically, you would know when a guy would be hurt. For real. It wasn't no load management back then. He was literally hurt. He couldn't play sports. This is how guys played back then. They actually played for contracts. So if you wasn't out there playing, this is looking bad on you for the next contract, whether you was going to stay with this team or move to another team. We don't care that you're a superstar. Now your value goes down as a superstar because you're not reliable. You're hurting us because they didn't have dumb fan bases back then. The fan bases came to see competitive sports. It don't matter if it was in football, baseball, basketball, whatever it was, homie. So the fans weren't going to pay this money if the superstars weren't there. You wasn't going to get these contracts with, Nike and McDonald's and whatever. If you wasn't there, people looked at you like, you ain't that great. You ain't showing up to work. You're always hurt. Things were looked at different back. I'm trying to tell you, ain't nobody showing up to these games. Nobody's going to support this trash. And the viewership already spoke. The people who watch it on TV, they gone. The worst viewership of all time. Since 2012, in the 2020s has been a joke. Has been a joke in viewership. So they already spoke. And trust me, they're not real fans at those games. Yes, the arenas are full and stuff like this, but these are fans that want to see entertainment. Because all the real fans, they don't go to this ish no more. It's not worth their money. So the people, it's not worth spending their money with people who ain't doing their job, who aren't competitive, who's supposed to be playing at the highest level. So what you got now in these arenas is people that just want to see entertainment, right? You're basically going to see a circus or something like that. These aren't real fans. You would be getting heckled every damn night if you try some ish like this back in the day. Are you serious? So I don't know the deal with it, but you know, if he was getting heckled, all these dudes deserve it because they're stealing the fans' money. Get this out of your mind that the owners pay them. No, it's the fans. I want the owners to say, "Oh, a ticket's $1. Y'all just come on in, I'll pay them." It don't work like that, folks. This is how the LeBron fans think that business works. LeBron, not top 10. Y'all complaining about the league, but y'all still watch. Then y'all really be trying to come off. Okay, let's talk. He going to a whole bunch of stuff, back to back, different things. So the league is trash, but we still watch. We'll watch some big matchups. I don't have a league pass. I don't watch it like that. Say if a big game is on, I start watching the first quarter and see what we got. If it's just, you know, lackadaisical, going through the motions, dude shooting a whole bunch of threes, you know, the same old, I might watch the first quarter or halfway through it and then won't turn it back on until the third quarter and see what's going on, right? See if it's a blowout, see if I even need to watch the fourth quarter. Because the intensity in the game is zero with all these 3-point shots, right? And you can't play defense. So if you do see any intensity, it'll be right there in that fourth quarter if it's close. If it's close, it's not intensity to where, you know, dudes is getting locked down, they're playing physical or something like that. They're playing positional basketball, you know, nothing like that. It's just a close game. So they're saying who's going to win. That's only intensity. It's not, it'll be the same thing that's happening all game, but now it's coming down to the wire. So yeah, I don't watch it like that. And guess what? You guys don't watch it like that neither. The LeBron fans and these guys of this era, they don't watch it. They wake up and they look at stats. That's why the viewership is trash. Because if you guys claim that you supported it so much, guess what? The viewership will be up. I'm not trying to say it'd be like the 80s and 90s, but it won't be this bad. Second of all, you guys chased all the fans away. This era, guys, thanks to the Nick Rice, the Shannon Sharps, the, you know, all the LeBron media, they chased all the old heads away. Look, you just can't rely on young people to watch these games. When I was growing up, you know, my parents' generation watched the games, and then we watched the games. So you had a lot of people watching these games. You can't just rely on one era of guys. So what you guys did, get chased off all the old heads and said our era was trash. Now, guess what? You're on your own. And you know this era ain't that good. It ain't got nothing to stand on. So that's why the viewership ain't there. We could do a whole video on that. Y'all really be trying to come off with this Shaq disrespect, like didn't see him straight walk through the league. Y'all switch arguments for y'all liking all the time, and we all know MJ, the GOAT. Ain't nobody tripping on that. Okay, he's about to go into something else in a minute. So Shaq walked through the league? Hold on. Y'all really be trying to come off with this Shaq disrespect like we didn't see him walk through the league. Well, y'all say Kobe is trash. How come he just didn't walk through the league without Kobe? What league did he walk through? Shaq is an all-time great player, but he's no leader of men. He never was. That was his biggest problem. And that's why he needed a 1B. He needed a 1B. He tried to have a sidekick, which was who? Anthony Hardaway. It didn't work. He tried to have Nick Van Exel, and what's this guy's name? I'll remember in a minute. But 2 other all-stars. And they had Kobe on the bench. It didn't work. He can't be a leader. He went to Miami with Wade. Guess what? Wade was a leader. So this dude walked through the league not even being a damn leader. Again, he tried to be a leader with the Magic. We just don't think he was a leader there. Maybe Scott Skiles was more of a leader. Nick Anderson, Dennis Scott, Anthony Hardaway. If none of those guys weren't individual leaders, they were co-leaders. We know Shaq ain't no damn leader because leaders have to be disciplined. Shaq was never disciplined, right? Shaq is something we've never seen in our life. Like a Wilt Chamberlain. right? Not as far as the game, but I'm just saying the stature. And Shaq let that go to his head. Shaq let that really go to his head. Shaq could have won about 6-7 championships. As long as he had, like, somebody next to him, like a Dwayne Wade or Kobe Bryant. But that didn't even do it because he's not a leader. He's not disciplined to keep being a 1A to a 1B. So whenever you can tell me that Shaq walked through the league, go ahead and tell. I never even made a video dissing Shaq really like that. But if you want to explain it, I can expose it because Shaq was never a leader. He didn't walk through no league. In the 90s, he was getting swept so much every damn year. And then he went to the finals when Michael Jordan was gone and got swept again. Oh, no, Mike was there that year. He went to the finals after he beat Mike and got swept. What are we talking about? You think Mike is going to the finals and getting swept by Hakeem? No, folks. And I'm not trying to say it's Shaq's fault that they got swept because he had an all right series. But the fact is, a leader of men ain't going to be swept that many times, folks. You just can't play off of your athleticism. You just can't play off of, stuff like that. I'm good. You saw what happened to LeBron James. He's been playing off of athleticism for years, right? What to get him? 4 and 6. You can't keep playing off of athleticism. It's got to be fundamental sometimes. It has to be leadership. It has to be being serious. You see this guy. Ever since he was in Cleveland, TikTok wasn't even out back then. He come to every damn game, dancing like a 12-year-old girl, and then we get into the TikTok era. Here he is TikToking, dancing when he's 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. Now he's 40, TikTok dancing before the games. Really? This is the dude that you admire? This is your goal? A dude that's TikTok dancing like a 12-year-old girl. This dude is about business? You just couldn't even imagine him doing this in the 90s or 80s. They would destroy this dude. This dude ain't about business. This ain't how professionals go about the game. He's not showing the fans that he's there to win. He's there to show them he can dance. Nobody care about you can dance, man. If you think you can dance, we don't need that show. He's sitting up there, showing up his opponents, dancing on them. Well, when it's a blowout, when he's losing, what happened? Pew! He's walking out early. So some of this stuff you can do a separate video on, but we ain't disrespecting Shaq. We all think Shaq underachieved. Shaq went into the 2000s and he had a chance, him and Kobe, to destroy the 2000s. Tim Duncan, yes, they have Manu and Parker and stuff like that, but still, Shaq and Kobe together to a 1A and a 1B, and then they could have switched off. Shaq could have been a 1B and Kobe was going to be the 1A. That's it, folks. And then you could have got some more pieces or whatever like that. It's a sad thing. And then Kobe turns around and does what he did at the end of the 2000s. It's just crazy. Let's try to read back through this. Y'all switch arguments for y'all liking all the time, and we all know MJ the GOAT. Ain't nobody tripping on that. The argument over with. But LeBron is definitely a top 5 player. He definitely above Kobe and Shaq. Is definitely top 10. Okay, this is where it gets dicey right here, right? This is where it gets dicey right here. He ain't in the top 5. He ain't in the top 5. You can see what's been on the screen the whole time I've been talking, basically. It's not even close. So if we look at champions, when we combine these things right here, and I keep it fair across the damn board. When we combine championships, MVPs, finals MVPs, statistical titles, and of course, defensive player of the year, that's how I get my top 5. And then, what did you see also that was on your screen? It had to do with the LeBron fans always saying this. Man, it ain't about championships, man. You just can't use championships, man. Yeah. Okay. If it's about championship, Russell got more. He the GOAT. So what we do, we took out the championships. And you see all the hardware that these guys have versus what LeBron has. LeBron still ain't in these guys' class, folks. He still ain't in these guys' class. He ain't. And he had a chance to dominate and maybe get, going into the 210s. Boom. You got it. Kobe is getting old. Then Kobe got hurt. You got your super teams. Even though I built a super team because, I couldn't do it. We'll get to that in a minute. You still could have led the league in scoring every damn year. Why didn't you do that if you're this all-time scorer? So from the 210s until now, I would think that this guy, would at least have the minimum 3 scoring titles, 2 rebound titles, right? In this soft week era with no big man to battle, it's easy. At least 2 assist titles, right? Because don't we say this guy is a pass first guy? He's a Magic Johnson like. I mean, they skip by everybody, right? I mean, they did that with everybody else, right? For the GOAT debate, they skipped past Michael and Bird and Kareem and Wilt and all these guys. They went straight to the top to go to Michael Jordan, right? When they say this guy is a pass first and he makes his teammates better, they just skip past all the great passers, right? The John Stocktons, the Kevin Johnsons, the Jason Kidds, the Chris Pauls, the Bob Cousy's, these type of guys, the Steve Nashes, and they go straight to Magic Johnson, folks. The greatest point guard of all time. This is nuts. I'm surprised they're not saying he's a great rebounder like Dennis Rodman. I'm surprised. So to me, he's not even in that top 5. We're not even going to talk about top 5. And this is why he's not in most people's top 10. This is why. Well, 2009, 2010 had the best record in the NBA with the MVP, lost to a 3 and 4 seed while he melted down in those games. 2007, we didn't expect him to win against the Spurs. He didn't have to melt down, the biggest meltdown of any superstar in NBA history. Not the loss. This is what the LeBron fans don't get. They think we just say stuff. This ain't Gilbert Arenas. This ain't Nick Wright. This ain't Shannon Sharp. We can explain what we're saying. I never went to Sports and Fitness Rants channel and heard him just rail off a whole bunch of stuff with no explanation. This is ridiculous. This was the guy with the most expectations, the biggest hype. Listen, more than Kareem, more than Jordan, more than Magic, more than Will, more than Bird, more than everybody. Coming into the NBA. We know what happened then, right? First 2 years, missed the playoffs. One of those years, the second year, had an all-star teammate. Was a minus 144 his rookie season, shot 41%, doing dunks and layups. Didn't make the all-star team. So the third year, he makes the playoffs after they put out defense, out of the league for good now. Blows a 3-2 lead going back home against the Pistons. No, he wasn't supposed to win. But in those next 2 games, 5 and 6, go look at his stats. This was this was going to be the thing that he was going to do the rest of his career. Let's rewind it back. When we go to 2000, his rookie season, going to the Olympics, what happened? He was so awful, they wouldn't even let him play against a 6-man Manu Ginobili and a bunch of Argentinians and plumbers all around the world. That we got the bronze medal. Am I saying, oh, okay, it's his fault? No, I'm not trying to say that. But at least get on the floor. You supposed to be, you think Michael Jordan ain't going to get on the floor? Or Kobe Bryant? Come on, man. So 2006, ain't no excuses. They putting up 20, Bosh is putting up this, LeBron putting up that, Wade putting up this, Chris Paul putting up this, the 20, the 30, the 27, all this stuff, right? 2006. After he blew the 3-2 lead going back home against the Pistons in his first playoff appearance, thanks to Larry Hughes, shows up and he gets all these trades. But that same summer, he gets smoked by who? Grease Plumbers in the silver medal round. It one black guy on that team, yes. But the Argentina Plumbers, nope. So he makes the finals the next season, homeboy. How? We keep asking, is Michael Jordan making the finals in the 80s with no all-star teammate, no future Hall of Fame teammate, no All-NBA teammate, no All-NBA defensive teammate, and running through that East with the Pistons, 3 Hall of Famers, sometimes 4 they had on that team. Depends on what year. You got the Celtics, 3 to 5 Hall of Famers, depending on what year. It ain't gonna happen, folks. You got the Cavs over there. You got the Atlanta Hawks over there with Dominique Wilkins. You got the Knicks over there. Charles Barkley. I'm not trying to say all those teams were top notch in the 80s, but I'm just saying you ain't making to the finals with basically no help in the 80s. So we know who he played to, 500 win teams, and then a Detroit team without Ben Wallace, without their head coach that they got rid of. Nobody knows why. But we're giving him credit for getting there. He was young, whatever like that. A lot of his teammates had good games. He had good games, some bad games, but he shows up, 6 turnovers a game, shot under 40% from the field. What was it, like 35% from the field, like in the 20s at the 3-point line, and like 68% from the free throw line? Explain that. So what I'm trying to say was, when I was talking about the most hyped player of all time, is the fact that it was like everybody's waiting. Everybody's waiting. You know, this guy didn't make the damn playoffs, and he's the most hyped player of all time. Okay, he's young. And, you know, he gets smoked in Olympics. You know, he gets smoked in the FIBA. He's only in the playoffs one time, and then he makes the finals. So it's kind of like, okay, the anticipation. But, folks, it really wasn't even there. Because the fans had already spoke with the viewership. It was the least watched finals of all time. So they didn't even give it a chance. They didn't even give it a chance. Game 1, game 2, game 3, they didn't need to get into the 4th game not to watch this. Nobody wanted to see this dude play. That's what they've been trying to make a GOAT debate. This guy, this great superstar. This guy, this great leader. This guy, more than what he was and more than what he is. But he's never been. They didn't even want to watch him play in the damn finals because they knew it was nothing special. He wasn't playing good defense. He wasn't this Magic Johnson. He can't shoot. The fans seen that. They didn't want to. They knew what they were going to see coming into this. San Antonio was going to blow their doors off, but he could have made it different. He could, oh no, okay, I'm gonna do some Jordan stuff. You know, Jordan is my idol, so I'm gonna put up 63 on you. I'm gonna put up 55. We ain't got the team, but I'm gonna do some Jordan stuff. Nope. I don't know what stuff he did because I've never seen that from a great superstar. Now we done seen superstars have like bad finals, but not all around. Not from the perimeter, not from the free throw line, not from the 3. Turn the ball over, like it was just all around. We never seen nothing like that. So once he built his super team in 2011, like we're trying to tell you, the entire league, especially the East, had to play his super team for 8 straight years in the East. So how fair is that? So Michael Jordan, Ewing, and Barkley said the hell with it. The hell with it. Pippen, you got to go, bro. The hell with it. The Pistons just won a 3-peat. We got to get this. And now, everybody got to play Michael Jordan's super team for 8 straight years. I'm gonna ask you. And yes, a super team. Other teams' #1 franchise players. Nope, not no Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson. Draft. Not no Tim Duncan, Parker, and Ginobili. Draft. Not no Kevin Durant, James Harden, Westbrook. Draft. These were other teams' #1 franchise players that were leading other teams. When LeBron said, I can't even do this. I can't do it with one good free agent. I can't do it. Remember, when he was in Cleveland the first time, he's playing with other teams' #2s and #3s. See, you guys don't know NBA history. You guys think his career started, I don't know when. But it didn't start in 2016. So the whole East having to play his super team for 8 straight years. How does that make any sense? Other teams' #1 franchise players. What? Oh, and then in 2017, oh, what a crime. What a crime. Cheating the game. The weakest move we ever seen. Why? Because now LeBron James has to play a super team. Now LeBron James has to play a super team. So we know 2011, Dirk had to play LeBron James super team. Dirk didn't have no super team. 2012, the Thunder, that wasn't no super team. That came through the draft. If he don't like it, he should have just got players from the draft and molded them. 2013, Well, he could have made some moves to come up in the draft. Teams do it all the time. They trade up. They trade up to get a great player. The Bulls did that to get Pippen. And then they did a swap. So 14, the Spurs. That's not a super team. These guys were drafted. Even when they got Kawhi, another draftee. He wasn't leading no team somewhere. And they said, oh, we got to get Kawhi off this team. So the Spurs in 14 had to play LeBron's super team. 15, again, Spurs old, on their last leg, and are pissed. They destroyed the league. This is what you do, right? The Spurs were pissed that they lost that 2013 and destroyed the league, went to the finals and destroyed LeBron James. This is what great teams do. This is what great players do. Where's the LeBron revenge all the time? He ain't got that. 2015, Golden State, team that came together through the draft, has to play LeBron's super team. 2016, same thing. These guys got to play LeBron's super team. See how we're explaining this to you? And we're not just saying stuff. This is Nick Wright. This is Shannon Sharp. They want to sell you this illusion that this competition was so great. When his competition wasn't doing nothing than what they were supposed to do. Be NBA players that could shoot the mid-range, could shoot the three, shoot free throws, play defense, play as a team. Those are the teams that beat LeBron James. These are the same teams that Michael Jordan beat back in the day. But they didn't take out defense. So he had to earn his damn points, while LeBron just skipped to Malou through the damn league, doing layups and dunks, and ain't earning no damn points with his super team. So yeah, he finally has to play a super team versus his super team, and it's so horrible. It's the worst thing a man could ever face. Super team versus super team. Couldn't do it. How could he go super team for super team when he couldn't even go super team for no super team? He was getting beat by teams that didn't have a super team. This is how retarded and weak the dude is. The league don't even try to stop it, right? They stopped Kobe from getting Chris Paul because they knew. Pure domination. They let LeBron get a damn super team again and again and again because they know he's retarded. A man that come to work on the court before the game, TikTok dancing like a woman, like a 12-year-old girl, he ain't standing on business. He ain't about no business, folks. So that's why they didn't ever stop his super teams, because they know he ain't no good like that. They know even if he goes to the finals, he most likely gonna get smoked. You rants, MJ fans are the best. Maybe he's trying to say sports and fitness rants. Let me try to make sense of this. You see, when I type something, I like to go back and read it. See if I mispronounce a word, or was a typo or something. Something that make no sense. This is weird to me. You rants. I think you want to say you rant. You rant, MJ fans. No, he's talking about sports and fitness rants. So he's saying you sports and fitness rants, MJ fans are the best. Scap attack, y'all can't even admit ranking dudes in fairness. What's it about Scap attack? Fans are the best. Oh, Michael Jordan fan. You rants, Michael Jordan fans are the best. He spelled best. BESH. You sports and fitness rants, MJ fans are the best. Scap attack, y'all can't even admit ranking dudes in fairness. After MJ, Russell, and LeBron, the only two that make sense. Not Wilt, indefinitely, not Kobe. Well, we just talked about that. I mean, if you want me to break it down why most people put Kobe Bryant 1 or put Kobe Bryant number 2, which I won't argue with them. Just because I don't, that's just my list, because I got a criteria. But if they want to put Kobe 1 or 2, I'm not going to fight with them. I'm not going to argue with them. I can debate that, but this is why people put Kobe Bryant 1 or 2 or top 5, whatever. Because Kobe was a 1B to a 3P, right? And if Shaq would have acted right, they could have won a 4P. Or they could have won 6 rings just together. Kobe was a no-nonsense type of dude. He was coming for more rings than Michael Jordan. He wanted more rings than Kareem, more rings than Magic, because he always knew, he always was taught, he always seen that championships were the number one thing. Number one. Yes, statistical titles, it's nice too, but winning championships were number one. And this is why Tim Duncan, after he lost in 2013, he could have just said, man, I'm done, man. I'm 4-1. That's good. Maybe I'll just keep playing, but I'm not going to run through a whole another season through the West. Look what LeBron's running through. They're sleepwalking. These guys had the number one seed, the Heat, one time with that super team. That's crazy, in 4 years. Meanwhile, these guys are in the West battling Lions just to get to the finals. The Kobe's, the Dirks, the Steve Nash's, the Tim Duncans, the Kevin Durant's, they battling Lions. And LeBron is over there battling nothing. There's nothing to battle with a damn super team. And even if he didn't have a super team, by the time they're in the 210s, there's really no competition over there. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is Tim Duncan knew it was about championships. And Tim Duncan was doing it for his coach too. And Tim Duncan was doing it for his pride too. So Kobe always knew it was about championships. So these guys had a no-nonsense approach to the game. They didn't come to the game dancing. They didn't try to build super teams. They weren't flopping around. They weren't trying not to work on their overall game or whatever position they played. They was all about that. They was all about the opposite of what LeBron stand for. LeBron said, I got this crazy athleticism. I'm big. Watch me do dunks and layups. No, these guys had to practice on their skill, whether they played on the post, the perimeter, all this stuff, their free throw shooting, their threes, their mid-range, defense, all this stuff. So Kobe Bryant was basically, I don't know what you want to call it, but he was left for dead. We know what happened. He was left for dead with the whole trial and all that stuff. We know he was doing, great stuff. Shaq went over there, taunted him, got the young Dwayne Wade, got Gary Payton, got Antoine Walker, the white chocolate, Posey, Lonzo Moore, and that team was loaded. That team was loaded, but they only could win one championship and only went to one finals. And I think they was together for like 3 or 4 years. Wow. One championship and one finals appearance with all those guys. Even more than that, you go look at that roster. Stacked. I don't think a lot of those guys were disciplined. They had great talent, but to only have that one championship and one finals appearance in 3-4 years together in that East, you got to be kidding me. So Kobe Bryant in 2007, what does he do? Well, he brought home the gold medal. Well, no, it was a FIBA. Yeah, he brought home the medal in FIBA after LeBron James and his era guys couldn't bring it home against some plumbers. So they begged Kobe to be on the Olympic team. Kobe brought home the gold in the FIBA. Then the next season, what does he do? Well, he goes to the finals, finally gets one. What was he? Paul Gasol. Was he one-time All-Star before he came to Kobe or something like that? He gets Paul Gasol. He goes to the championship and loses. Yes, he loses to that big three Celtics team, but at least he makes it there without Shaq. That same summer, what happened? He brings home gold in the Olympics. This is Kobe. That LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Carmelo Anthony, all these dudes. I think was Kevin Durant on that team? I don't know. They were all in awe of this guy. Like he was a god, like he was a king. You remember LeBron James? We did the interviews. 3 times in the 2000s, he said Kobe is the best player in the league. In the beginning of the 2000s, the middle, and the end of the 2000s. And he was asked why. He said because Kobe's skills, his offense, and his defense, and his leadership. Yep, so while they were saying the LeBron James MVPs, it was LeBron saying Kobe is the best in the league, folks. So he brings home the gold. Then waits for LeBron in the finals in 2009 while LeBron has the number 1 seed overall in the NBA, in the MVP. Didn't show up. He lost to a 3 seed. Kobe wins the championship beating LeBron's team. Beat the brakes off of that team, the Magic. 2010. Now, this is the third finals appearance without Shaq and Paul Gasol, a Hall of Famer. LeBron, overall, number 1 seed in the playoffs, MVP. LeBron don't show up again. Lost to a number 4 seed. Oh, man, it's the Big 3 Celtics, man. You mean the team that had the number 1 seed one time in like 6 years together? Now Kobe has to play them? Now Kobe has to play 3 top 75 players, right? And, went to game 7, and now he goes back-to-back. So when you take those events right there, when Kobe was left for dead, and Shaq, what he did in Miami, and then Kobe brings home gold in the FIBA, goes to the finals, loses that year, but in the summer brings home gold in the Olympics. And then the next year, 2009, 2010, goes back-to-back, beating LeBron James' team as he was the best team in the league. Top 5 defense, top 5 offense, and was the MVP. What else you want? What else do you? If Kobe don't show up to that FIBA in 2007, we keep losing. If Kobe don't show up to 08 Olympics, we keep losing. Two medals, back-to-back, gold, bringing them back home, 3 straight finals, and winning back-to-back against with no top 75 teammate against LeBron James' opponents, while LeBron James had them back-to-back MVPs. What else do you want, dude? You're saying at what point is LeBron better than Kobe? Because Kobe didn't say, "Oh man, Shaq left, man, and he won a championship. Man, he had the main way, man. I'm gonna build me a super team." He didn't say that. Nope. Because he wanted to be like Mike. Mike didn't build a super team. Pippen was drafted. Dennis Rodman was an addition. He wasn't another team's number 1 franchise player. Ron Harper, he was there when Michael Jordan came back. He ain't another team's number 1 franchise player. He was hobbling around. See, what Mike needed was dudes to play defense. That's it. Mike don't need no big time scores. See, that chart that they always show, hey man, look at all the players that Mike played with, that was all defensive team. You're damn right. Because for one, it was a defensive era. And defense always won. For 2, Mike didn't go run to get shooters. He was the shooter. He was the all-around shooter that'll kill you all around the perimeter. And that's why he won all those scoring titles in 8 straight. Was it 8 or 7? LeBron James, what did he do when he left Cleveland? When he was in Cleveland the first time, he needs shooters. But when he went to go build his super teams, he traded defense for shooting. That's what happened. So when he got to the highest level, which is the finals, he's getting mocked. Because now his super teams are playing, because it's a super team, now you really don't have to play off of fundamentals. You can just play off of pure athleticism. Because you got 3 number 1s on the damn team. So he went to go get shooters instead of defenders. That's what he went to go get. And then he ended up playing teams from the West where to come out of the West, you had to play offense and defense to come out of the damn West. Don't think Golden State wasn't no good defensive team. They were. And if you notice, all the teams that ever beat LeBron in the finals, for the most part, they all got one thing in common. They were fundamentally sound. You ain't gonna get that from no LeBron team. All you're gonna get is dudes out there goofing around. And the reason why they can goof around and play around is because they know the conference they're playing in. Second is because all they have to do is play off of athleticism because they got so many good guys on that team. If he would have had to do it like Giannis, if he had to do it like Joker, if he had to do it like Duncan, if he had to do it like Michael, if he had to do it like Kobe Bryant, Dirk Nowitzki, these guys like this who didn't go build a super team. Even Curry won 2 championships without a super team. LeBron, 0 yet. Yes, Howard made that a super team. Yep, in the 2020 bubble. So this is why they put Kobe at 1 or 2 because of what Kobe did. On top of LeBron James. LeBron James has never did what Kobe did after Kobe left Shaq. LeBron James had a chance. He had a chance to meet Kobe Bryant in the NBA Finals. And we already did a video on that. He was scared. Kobe was going to destroy this guy. They hyped this finals up like it was Bird and Magic. You think Bird of Magic was like, no, I ain't gonna show up, man. I ain't gonna show up. We She did the video. This guy premeditated on purpose that he was gonna lose in 2009, 2010. We already got the video. Skip even told us in 2010 that he already said before the season began he was going to wear the number 6. He was taking off Michael Jordan's jersey, and the next year he was going to wear the number 6 before the season even started, the 2009, 2010 season. He already said it. So while he was in those games against the Celtics, fumbling and bumbling and doing all this stuff, all these turnovers for what? Because he knew one thing. Whoop, Kobe Bryant sitting in the finals. He knew that he ain't had no reason to lose it to the Magic. What happened? He knew Kobe Bryant was in the finals. See, what y'all think about Kobe Bryant is something totally different. Well, what we seen Kobe Bryant back in the day, he was going to destroy you. And LeBron is on record saying that. I don't know what these guys are saying. We even put the video out of Stephen A. Smith saying Kobe Bryant is better than LeBron James back then. This was 2012. They was about to lose to the Celtics, and their season was over in 2012. And Stephen A. Smith said that he wanted Dwayne Wade traded to L.A., Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh traded to LA, and in return, Kobe Bryant and Paul Gasol was going to come to Miami, and Kobe Bryant teach LeBron how to be a closer, a killer, and a winner, and a leader. Yep, that's what Stephen A. Smith was proposing on the eve of the Heat being down 3-2 to the Magic. I mean, to the Celtics, and that series was going to be over. Yep, that's what he said on First Take. They pulled that out though. The Heat pulled that series out, but still, you guys, these are the LeBron fans, and this is why nobody watches this garbage NBA, because this guy is running around looking like a damn Oompa Loompa on the damn court in a no-touch era against skinny three-point shooters. When we keep saying, oh, he should have passed the torch, but he never got the torch. It's the problem, folks, because he was supposed to do it right. Everybody did it right. Magic did it right. Kareem did it right. Magic did it right. Kobe did it right. Jordan did it right. All these guys, Wilt did it right. Russell did it right. All these guys passed the torch to guys that did it right. He never got the torch passed to him. So there's no torch for this guy to pass. That's why he's out there TikTok dancing in year 22, 270 pounds, 6'9", TikTok dancing like a 12-year-old girl, folks. Because he has, and let me tell you something, most of these guys won't even take the torch if he had it. SGA, no, get away from me. I'm not taking that. Luka, I ain't taking that. Joker, man, I've been done past you, bro. I won a championship without a super team and beat you with no all-star teammate, no Hall of Fame teammate, no All-NBA teammate, none of that stuff. And you had one. You and Anthony Davis, and I destroyed you guys in a sweep, in a gentleman's sweep. So he can't pass nothing to Joker. He can't pass nothing. How can you pass something when you don't have a skill set? What do you do best? Dunks and layups. He can't do it. So those are some of the guys, in the 2020s. Even Curry won a championship without a super team in the 2020s. Joker did it. And it ain't like these guys, even if you say, oh man, there wasn't no super team, man. Howard, all this stuff. We have Rondo on that team. Even if you say there ain't no super team, none of those guys I just mentioned had anything like an Anthony Davis. Anything. This dude got Anthony Davis at a time when Anthony Davis was the best center in the league. And I keep trying to tell you guys, this is the equivalent of Michael Jordan at 34 going to get Shaq. Shaq was probably the best center in the league at that time when Michael Jordan was 34. I ain't saying he's a leader or anything like that. To me, he was the best. Kareem was past his prime. Ewing was past his prime. Of course, Alonzo Mourning wasn't, but still, he wasn't better than Shaq at that time. Somebody tried to challenge me. Oh, no, Hakeem, this and that. No, Hakeem was on a damn super team when Michael Jordan was 34. With Barkley, Drexler, what are you talking about? Hakeem was great back in his day, but no. He was past his prime at that time. So that would be like Michael Jordan going to get the best center in the league at that time. That's what LeBron James did when he was 34 in 2019? Yeah. So, again, none of them players I mentioned in the 2020s played with nobody that was like Anthony Davis to win a championship. So, let me get off of here. We had a school of LeBron fans. I don't know why we have to do this, because it ain't like we, just say stuff like Nick Wright. Oh, Jordan couldn't win without Pippen. Well, explain that. Jordan won't win up before Pippen came. Cool, explain that. They can't, folks. They can't, because they'll look like idiots. They won't tell you Pippen was a bench rider. They won't tell you that Pippen was putting up 9 points in his first two playoff years, right? 88, 89, 9 points. Shooting under 50%. I mean, what are they talking about? They can't say nothing. They're basically saying Michael Jordan didn't win until he got help. But Michael Jordan's supposed to be, above God, so he can't have no help. But they can't explain to you what they're saying because they know it's just some trigger stuff. And they know the LeBron fans are dumb. So they'll just repeat that and they don't have to explain nothing they're talking about. Well, let's see the numbers. What Pippen put up. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, Pitt put up like 20 points his first year, 17, 15. What? No, they can't do it. They can't do it. They can't do it, folks. So tell me what you think.